Good afternoon, everybody. We're back. Please excuse the voice. I'm a little bit under the weather, but I did want to talk briefly about the fight between Jaron Boots Ennis and Karen Chukhadzhian. I'm definitely butchering that name. The fight took place between the two, which was a rematch in all reality, but the fight took place in Philadelphia for Jaron Boots Ennis IBF World Welterweight title. Boots did get the job done, gets the W, but I want to talk about what we saw in the fight. Boots Ennis displayed exactly who he is. He's a supreme talent at 147. Even after the post-fight, he did explain that he was most likely going to move up to 154, depending on if there's a lucrative match still at 147, but most likely he'll move up to 154. I just want to talk about how he looked in there. Now, personally, just watching him, this is just a quick review. This isn't anything too in-depth, but just watching him, he showed his style, showed his foot. Well, actually, he didn't really show his footwork. He basically, in the fight, he basically was walking down, I'm just going to call him Karen for right now, not going to use his last name, but he was walking down Karen the whole time. He wasn't really using a whole bunch of head feints, wasn't doing a whole bunch of feinting, wasn't even establishing his jab. He was literally just trying to walk him down and knock him out. Because the two fought before where Karen was basically on his skates. This time, Karen was standing his ground and he kept catching Boots with his overhand right, or not overhand right, his left. And he just kept catching him with the left, either overhand or a jab, or like that kind of like that 1-2, like a jab with the right, and then coming over either with a hook or overhand with the left. Boots in his defense, I've never really got a chance to do too much of Boots in his defense breakdown, but his defense did not look good. He was repeatedly getting caught with that, and there was a sequence where he got caught with about 3, 4, 5 punch combination, and going forward, Boots Ennis is going to have to clean that up. Like there's nothing else you could say about it. He's going to have to clean that up because if he wants to go up against a Terrence Crawford, a Virgil Ortiz, a Tim Tszyu, a Madrimov at the 154 division, we're talking if he does go up a division, even a Fondor who's taller, even though I think he would probably be Fondor, but against guys they're bigger, hitting harder. You seen what happened with Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford thought he was just going to go up there and kind of annihilate Madrimov, but that didn't happen. You saw Madrimov was basically on the same level as Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford just barely edged it out in my book. He won by like maybe 1 or 2 rounds against Madrimov. But when it comes to Boots Ennis, going up against those guys at 154, it ain't going to be no game. You can't just be letting your chin hang out there. And I was just watching the fight the whole time, just thinking, wow, he's really just leaving his chin out there to be caught. He's not using feints, not using his footwork, not using all the tools that we've seen from Boots Ennis, because we know he's a talent. We know he's a world beater. But in my opinion, Boots Ennis has to clean up his defense going forward. And his corner, his father, has got to give him better instructions. And he's also got to pay attention to the instructions, because I don't believe both of them, he wasn't giving good instructions, and he also wasn't following the instructions. So going forward, Boots is going to have to clean up a couple things. I still think he's a world beater, world talent, special. You saw glimpses of it when he was really putting it on Karen, but overall, Boots Ennis he's really got to kind of clean that up. On the other side, Karen, I do want to say what he showed against Boots Ennis, even though Boots Ennis wasn't showing a lack of defense, he looked really good in this fight. You don't take anything away from that guy. He looked really good. Like that's what you call like one of those top contenders that, guys don't really want to fight type deal, where it's like their style is it's not a good style for you to fight because you're going to get hit. They move a lot and everything. I thought he did a fantastic job against Boots Ennis. If he had a little bit more power, he might have been able to drop Boots just because of how Boots' defense how leaky it was. But overall, good, entertaining fight. Good return to Philadelphia. Even on the undercard, we saw Bam Rodriguez. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But as far as the main event, Boots Ennis versus Karen, great fight. Boots got to clean up some things. Karen, Really showed himself. Just keep going. Just keep getting your experience up. But overall, good fight. And I'll see you guys next time.